Here I am again. I was rudely interrupted because my phone's just chirping balls, and I did not find a way to like attach both of the videos together, so again, I'm sorry, I'm an amateur. It's like 2:30 in the morning here, so I'm pretty tired, so I'm not sure I'm going to do the other video today. However, as I have started this and I want to maximize my time, I am going to tell you 3 little stories that I'd forgotten. Well, it's like not really stories, but anyway. One of them is about the Uber taxi. Uber is like this app system that like you get on there and then you ask for a taxi to come pick you up wherever you are, and you can see like the car moving towards you, and then you don't really pay in cash. It just automatically goes off of your card, so it's a really good system. However, you can understand that like taxi drivers are really pissed off because it's taking away their business, because it's like not registered cars that do Uber. Like I could do Uber, you could do Uber, anybody really can do Uber as long as they have a driver's license and like, I don't know, fill in a form or whatnot. But anyway, so the first time I used it was in Kuala Lumpur with Salma, and we had a woman. She was very nice, and she was like, she asked us if she could drop us like somewhere a bit further from our destination because she was scared that the taxi drivers would see her. She explained to us that like a lot of taxi drivers like attack Uber cars because it's taking away their business, and like it gets pretty violent. And the next morning I took another Uber taxi on my own because I had to go get my bus, and I also had a lady and she asked me to sit in front so it didn't look like a taxi driver. And she was telling me, this was during the weekend in the morning, and she was telling me she does this part-time, like whenever she has time, but only in the morning and early afternoon, which is what all the women do, because for a woman it's very, very dangerous to drive at night or take a taxi at night. She's telling me that they had like a lot of rape cases, a lot of cases of men just opening the doors and getting into the car or like doing bad stuff to women. And she was telling me that they always had to carry around scissors and like be prepared to defend themselves. And she was like, she talked about it in like a sort of like passive way, but you could tell that even like just talking about it, she was pretty scared. She was a very nice woman though. And I don't think like this is the way it should be. Like I really don't like the fact that it's this way, obviously, and that women have to constantly like be prepared for the worst. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. Anywho, that's one of the little facts that I wanted to share. Another detail that is really not that interesting that made me laugh was that I had to teach Lars how to like open up a shrimp because he had no idea how to do it, and just seeing his face like cutting the fish was priceless. It really made me laugh and think of my parents, especially my dad and my grandma, who used to like, they cut shrimp with like fork and knife, and the fact that Lars didn't even manage with his hands, it was like, I don't know, I found it hilarious. And the other thing I wanted to say was about, obviously these are my observations and my thoughts and like my opinion. This is a sort of disclaimer, like I don't want to offend anybody with my videos or whatnot. And I'm not saying that what I'm saying is right, it's just the way I perceive it. So for instance, like in the Muslim cultures, like men are deprived of female contact, like female touch, until like they get married or whatnot. So they have to find their affection within like males. So in buses and in ferries you have like guys like spooning or like cuddling up or like sitting in between each other's legs, holding hands and stuff like that, which is very sweet. It's just very paradoxical because like the Muslim culture is like anti-homosexual, obviously, and these are acts that like in Europe, for example, would be seen as gay. Like 2 men doing that would be like, ooh, they're probably gay, or like, why are they doing that? It's not something like that you see everywhere between heterosexual guys. Obviously you have some, but like the norm is not that way. So I thought that was a very interesting paradox. On the other side, women holding hands or like arm in arm is not really tolerated or accepted. I will talk more about this in another video because I met a lesbian Indonesian girl and she was telling me how hard it was in this country to be a lesbian, obviously, and how dangerous it could be. So that's for the next video. And then I had thought of something I wanted to say as well, but I have forgotten now. yes, my divas. I don't know if I had like emphasized the fact that the British guys I was with for like a week were proper divas, especially one of them. He considered himself a free spirit, but he wasn't, like he really wasn't. But I do have to admit that he was right for one thing. There was one day like I couldn't be bothered to go to the store to get a bottle of water. So I had like this little tiny bottle that you have to put like 5 drops in 1 liter and let it rest for 30 minutes, and then you have like drinking water. And I was like, this is great, I can make like 50 liters with this, it's gonna save me money, it's good for the environment, blah blah blah. And Rory was like, no, you're gonna die, don't do that, I'm gonna get water. And I was like, no, I'm gonna make my own water because I'm a strong, independent woman. And then so I made my water, and I have to admit it was absolutely disgusting. Like, it doesn't matter how long I like left it there, it still tasted like I was drinking like pure pool water. So that was not a success, unfortunately, because I was very happy with it. But yeah, that didn't work out so well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Yeah, I'll get back to you some other time. I think I'm gonna sleep now for a bit. Toodles.